we started off the day diving in the boat. We saw a pot of dolphins come past, so I decided to hop in and see if I could get some footage of them. But unfortunately, they didn't want anything to do with me and kept their distance and just swam past, which is quite strange because usually they are quite curious and they'll approach you. Today I was out on the boat with Dr. Phil on his boat called Toonies. We were planning to dive in the shallows for most of the day and then maybe on the way back dive some deeper water, but the deeper water was dirty, so we only ended up diving in the shallows the whole day long. Enjoy the day.
There they are. Shucks. They passed me. Nah. Oh well, that's cool.
Paul was generous enough to borrow me his roller gun, since I wanted to test the concept out a bit more because I was planning on buying one. And in this scene, I was lying on the bottom for a while, and I could feel something bumping my leg, bumping my leg, bumping my leg, and I just thought it was the current or something hitting it. Turns out, I was either trapping this small shark in a cave or between my legs or something, and it was hitting me the whole time. And I almost got a fright when it popped up. And yeah, it was quite funny. On this drop, I landed on quite a fishy spot with small mussel crackers and punsies approaching me. And when I looked to the left, in a crack, I saw a big bark one in the distance. But this fish, which is usually quite dumb, wanted absolutely nothing to do with me. And it just swam off and I never saw it again. I tried following it, but till this day I have no idea where that fish went. It just vanished. A few dives later, immediately when I reached the bottom and looked up, there was a punsi staring right at me. A nice fish around the 7 kg mark, and I decided when I see it again I'm gonna take it. And it came back and I had a shot. Unfortunately, with a single wrap on an 80 cm roller gun, I completely misjudged the distance and I either hit the fish in the spear pool or missed it. The following dive, I landed on a very fishy spot with a galjoen immediately flying in, and here's a punsi that approached me, and then another two following it. I knew with so many fish around I would definitely be able to come right with shooting something decent. Still well being on the bottom, the punsi started approaching me and turning back into the distance again. I knew there had to be a bigger fish in between them that hasn't spooked yet other than that big one that I shot at. And also, once again, the galjoen making a scene. They always just fly in and fly out so quickly, but I wasn't really interested in shooting one today. The next dive, I landed in a crack, which was hiding me quite well, and I knew that if I just stayed there and hid well enough, that fish would start to approach me. And in the distance, I could see bigger shapes like punsies approaching, and I had to edit the video very dark like this to be able to see them on the video because you couldn't even see them on camera without any editing. As I laid on the bottom, one of the bigger shapes approached me. I could see the shot hit low, so I didn't put much pressure on the fish for the spear to pull out. And the fish, as punsies do, ran and buried itself very deep in the cave. In a situation like this, it is critical to stay out of the lines and not get tangled. So I took my time, had a nice breathe up, and then went down to extract the fish. The cave was at a very weird angle, so it was very difficult to try and pull the fish and the spear out. So I struggled a bit and realized I wasn't going to do this in one breath, so I left everything down there and went up to the surface for a breath, keeping tension on the line so that the fish couldn't run deeper into the cave. Right, then two. Here I managed to stick my head into the cave and get a visual on the prints. I reached in and grabbed it by the base of the tail, pulling it out. In this frame, you can see that the spear is actually not sticking out the fish on the other side. This is very bad. In the next frame, right here, you can see the tip of the spear sticking out as I shoved it through. I pushed the spear through and opened the flopper to ensure me landing the fish. This fish weighed approximately 5 kilograms. This is the best eating size. I moved back to the area where I shot the poonsie in hopes of something else big being around. I laid on the bottom for a while and then this big goatfish approached me. I decided to have a go. After missing this fish, I was very confused. I have no idea how that missed. I reloaded the roller gun with hopes of seeing something else, but after this, we moved spots. At the new spot, there was this yellow belly just sitting in his cave staring at me, busy paddling with its fins. I tried to see if the yellow belly was sized by moving my head sideways since it was staring at me, but it turns out it wasn't. I could tell this when it started swimming away. Over here, I was lying on the surface waiting to dive down, and then I heard Umful call me, and then this happened. At this stage, I was very confused, but I swam to the boat because it was calling me and I just thought we were going to move spots.
Sorry?
This clearly gave me the reason for why Umful was calling me, so I swam back to the boat. Even till today, I still have not seen a great white while spearfishing, but I have seen one while I was on a boat beforehand when I was younger while fishing.
It's just a little one. I still don't know. I haven't seen one yet.
I was like filming with my gun, filming with the gun, just like loading it. And look down, and I see the nose of a shark come past me. And he's swimming on the bottom, and he's swimming, and he's swimming, and then the tail comes past me. Tail's like that. Okay, right.
I still haven't seen a great white yet, like while diving.
When you're spearfishing, you're bound to see a great white at some stage, so I'm still waiting for my day to come. The next spot was ice cold. So, this is the next spot and I dove down and lied on the bottom. There wasn't much action going on, so while I have a chance to talk to you guys, I just wanted to say that, turns out, funny enough, I don't only suck at aiming with a spear gun while spearfishing. It turns out that the spear that was in Wimful's roller gun that I used earlier in the dive had a bent spear. The tip of the spear was bent, and I only realized this after missing so many fish that I actually went to go and have a look at that. And here, there's a poonsie that came in, but I already had my one for the day, and I had enough fish, but I still wanted one bronze bream to have for supper. So, I was on the hunt for a bronze bream. Right here, one starts approaching me from the distance, but it saw me move and it turned and it swam away. What an amateur move from me there, lifting my gun off the bottom way too early to try and take a shot. Luckily for me, this fish was not very smart and it came back in. And after landing this fish, we headed back home. Right, everyone, so this is my first YouTube video I'll ever be posting. Please let me know what you guys think, let me know in the comments down below, and please consider liking and subscribing, and yeah, catch you all on the next trip. Cheers for now.